Hi guys, welcome to Anxious, Broke, and Loving It. My name is Robin, founder of J2 Trash on Facebook, Chaos Gremlin, and your podcast host. This is going to be episode 4. We've made it all the way to episode 4. We're super excited. Episode 4 is Conquest, special events, secret tips, and all the chaos. We talked a little bit in episode 2 about some of the special events, just kind of glazed over them, but I want to go a little bit more in depth for them. We are going to be talking about today creation special events. If anybody wants to email me or post about some of the special events at other cons, I would love to hear that. All the cons that I've been to, such as Dragon Con, Atlantic Comic Con, a couple of other cons that Jared's been at, there weren't necessarily special events other than photos, autos, and panels. But creation does build a much bigger experience. I'm going to speak to Austin, which actually is just next week. Everybody be excited for me because I'm going to be in Austin, which is my favorite city. And I'm super excited because they just announced that Jensen will be singing a Saturday night special. So I'm literally vibrating right now. So if I'm a little much on this podcast, please forgive. Please forgive. Blame it on my heart, as they say. So we're going to talk about some of the special events. We've talked about the fact I don't count panels as special events. We've talked about photo ops. I'm going to do an episode strictly on autos, so we're not going to talk about that. But like I said, I'm going to talk about Austin in particular and the events that they have. So I'm on the creation page right now. One of the events that is exclusive to Austin is the Walker Location Tour that they're going to do on Thursday. I actually had the honor of doing the Walker Location Tour last year. It's absolutely amazing. If you're a Walker fan or have watched the show or you just love Jared or you just want to see some amazing sights, that Walker Tour is really amazing. I thought long and hard about going this year. I still haven't necessarily ruled it out. I'm landing on Wednesday, so I will be there Thursday if I decide to buy a ticket. But it is a great event. It is something that is exclusive to Austin, however. But it is very common on Thursday for creation to have a special event that Rob, maybe Rich, will run. They do bus tours. I know they've done a bus tour in Chicago. In Vancouver, they're doing a location tour that I'm super excited about. Rich is doing a boat tour in Vancouver. It's very common in Nashville. Rich usually does a bus tour because he is from Nashville. So typically on Thursdays they have special events that are exclusive to the area and the town that they're in. And it depends on which talent is going to be involved with that. The Walker Tour is actually one of the Walker production team members runs that. And he is amazing. He was I don't know exactly what he was on Walker, maybe a production assistant, location, something. But he did work on Walker. He was absolutely fantastic, and he is a great tour guide. And I would recommend that anybody that's going to be in Austin on Thursday to go on that Walker tour. You very well may see me on that tour. Some of the other special things that they do. There's SNS. It is included if you have a gold, silver, copper ticket. It's included on your ticket. Otherwise, you buy it as a separate admission. Saturday Night Special is an amazing concert. Loud and Swain is a fantastic band. I would always recommend going to SNS just for Loud and Swain. Keep in mind, yes, Jensen is singing in Austin. As I said, I am vibrating. But you want to keep in mind that more often than not, he does not sing at SNS. It's become very uncommon for him to sing at SNS. Do not count on it. Do not go exclusively for that reason. Do not be the person that goes and leaves after Jensen sings. Swain puts on an amazing show. Several other people will come out and sing. Kim typically comes out. Bree comes out and sings. If Gil is there, Gil sings. We're very fortunate that the Supernatural cast, as a general rule, are just very talented. The fact that so many of them can sing and are so good at singing is absolutely amazing. So you really want to make sure that you go to SNS. Now, there is the acoustic jam with Loudon Swain. That's a good opportunity to see Swain in a different kind of light. It's an acoustic jam. They do that on Sunday, and it's limited to 30 people. So it's a nice, intimate setting. I have not attended that, but I have only heard great, amazing things, and it is on my wish list to do at some point. So that is the Loudon Swain Acoustic Jam, and they do that on Sundays. I will say that whenever you do things, you want to look and see if you can figure out what it conflicts with, especially if you plan on doing any meet and greets, because meet and greets sometimes conflict with things. Speaking of meet and greets, both Rob and Richard Speight Jr., their meet and greets are not included in the auctions. They are meet and greets that you just buy exclusively without the bidding. Each of them is $75. It is limited to 20 people. You can buy those ahead of time. And then they also do a Rich and Rob meet and greet. They do their individuals on Saturday, and then they do their duo on Sunday. That one's $150 for 20 people. And again, keep in mind, these are not auctioned off. You pay that flat price and go ahead and get the meet and greet. There's also film school with Richard Speight Jr. Rich is a very accomplished director. He has directed episodes of Supernatural. He directed episodes of Walker. He has done... he actually directed episodes of Lucifer, and he's just, I've heard very good things as far as film school with Richard Speight, and they limit that to 20 fans. It's 45 minutes, and he dives into the directing process, the making of TV. While I have not attended that, I have had the opportunity to listen to him talk about directing several times in panels. You can tell it's something that he's very passionate about. And is very good at explaining the details, that especially if somebody is interested in that kind of thing, if you want to go into directing, any kind of acting, that would be an excellent thing. Rich and Billy do a sound spotlight on Friday. Whenever they do that, it's a special event where you listen to music, you discuss what inspires their songwriting, producing, and playing. They talk about how they form their songs, they share demos, and they'll play for you. And each city, they try to get a unique, like, local food, something that's unique to the food. So you do get fed at this event as well. This is Rich and Billy's Sound Spotlight. It happens on Friday. It's $259, but again, it's going to be limited. I'm not sure. I know it's small, but it doesn't say on the website what that one's limited to. But I know several people who've done that. Kendra, I'm looking at you, that absolutely love it and swear by it and do it every opportunity they get. I will say that really, Billy and Rich are both just real sweethearts. So again, that's one that I would like to do at some point. Speaking of events that I would like to do, the post-con concert. It's Rich, Billy, and Jason. It happens on Sunday to kind of finish up your con, to kind of get you from, to save you from con drop immediately. Billy, Rich, and Jason play along and sing some songs. It's $1.99. It's Sunday night. I've really been tempted to do this event several times. One of the main reasons that I haven't done it is because I'm such a stickler for being at autos at the end and seeing Jensen and Jared leave, and doing the post-con concert would interfere with that for me, so I'm trying to get over that. I did have Jason Mans tell me in Oklahoma City that if I came to the post-con concert, he would sing a New Kids on the Block song, which I have been trying to get him to do for several years. I very much want Jason to sing a New Kids on the Block song, not sounding like New Kids on the Block. I want it to sound like Jason. I would be absolutely fascinated by it. The post-con concert is definitely on my list. Ruth Connell does the witching hours. She has one on Saturday and one on Sunday. The Saturday one is the tarot witching hour, which she does tarot card readings. That one of my friends that did it was actually very moved by it. The things that Ruth said really resonated with her, and it was a great experience for her. On Sunday, she does the spooky witching hour, where she does pendulums, crystals, and sage. It's kind of a witchy exploration. Keep in mind, both of her witching hours are limited to 13 people. So it's a very small event, very intimate. The PJ party. Brianna and Kim do the PJ party. It used to be on Thursday nights. It's now on Friday nights. The pajama party with Bree and Kim. You can wear jammies. You can wear lots of times people ask, well, what do you wear to the PJ party? You can wear whatever you want. They have pizza. It's limited to 50 people, so a small gathering. And they say that what happens at the PJ party stays at the PJ party. Never done one, so I don't have a lot of details. I know it's very common for them to play games. I know they've played Cards Against Humanity. If you've ever seen Kim and Bree in a panel or talk together, you know how well they play off of each other. So I can only imagine that at the PJ party, it would be that much better and that much more exciting. Then Samantha Smith has Lunch and Punch with Sam. You get sandwiches, and she essentially teaches you to stage punch. It's limited to 20 people. So Samantha is not only going to make sure that you're fed the sandwiches, but she's going to make sure that you know how to stage punch. So you're punching somebody just like it looks like you're hurting them, but nobody gets hurt involved. That's $149, and again, that one is limited to only 20 people. Jake, if he is at an event, Jake Abel does Jake and Chill. Very popular event. Very popular. If anybody is familiar with Jake Abel and his Jake in Quarantine that he did during COVID, became very viral, very popular. Jake Abel is a sweetheart. He is adorable. I love him. They do Jake and Chill on Saturday, provide popcorn. You view the film, and then there's a question and answer afterwards talking about behind the scenes and anything. But it's a great event, $129. Now, exclusive to Austin, and I really, really, really wish I could do this. I'm actually very upset that I'm not going to be able to do this. I wish it was on another night. When I go to Austin on Thursday night, Steve is having a concert. So I will be at Steve's concert on Thursday night, which is completely unrelated to creation. But they just announced Chad Lindberg is going to do a badass ghost hunt. If you don't know, Chad Lindberg is the actor who played Ash with the mullet. And he actually, in his real life, does a lot of ghost hunting, which fascinates me. So, they're doing a ghost hunt at the Clay Pit, which was built in the late 1800s. It's one of Austin's most iconic and haunted landmarks. And Chad Lindberg is going to go. He invites you on a night of curiosity, connection, and true paranormal exploration through its most active spaces. That's on Thursday evening, August 21st. Meet at 6:30, and the bus leaves at 7. Again, that is something I would love to do. That being said, I also am super excited about the concert with Steve. Sometimes you have to make decisions. The concert with Steve was announced months ago. They just announced this with Chad Lindberg. It's $300, but I guarantee you it's going to be a good time. Karaoke. Karaoke is a free event that occurs on Friday. You do not have to have any type of pass to attend karaoke. So in case you are lobby conning, which we have not talked about, but is a thing, you can do karaoke. What's so great about karaoke, they take out the chairs in the first few rows, so that it's more of a pit, more of a you can sit if you're more comfortable sitting, but most people are standing up towards the front. You do line up to go into karaoke. People love to be up front. You sign up to sing karaoke on Friday afternoon. They will randomly pick. DJ Qualls is the host of karaoke. He is the karaoke king. He takes his role very seriously. Every karaoke has a theme, so check your convention before you go for what the theme is. For Austin, the theme is boy band, which I'm kind of excited about. I don't typically do anything with the karaoke theme. Wendy Landrigan, this would be the best karaoke for you to be at because we could completely do boy band together. But so I am trying to think about some boy band outfits that I might do as far as karaoke. Karaoke is great. DJ runs it. Matt Cohen is usually there. Samantha Smith is usually there. Elena is usually there. Chad Lindbergh will probably be there. It really just depends on who all is at the con as to who will be there. But it's a great time. And one of the best things is at the very end, the very last song is always going to be Carry On, and the crowd sings along. So it's fantastic. Now, speaking of karaoke, DJ also does a pregame and a postgame after party. So he does a pregame. It's limited to, I don't know if it's 15 or 20. It always sells out. But then they usually release 5 more tickets at the con. Same thing with the after party. It takes after the karaoke. Again, I think it's 20 people. And they usually release, it always sells out, but they usually release about 5 more tickets at con, so keep that in mind. Exclusive to Austin, they are doing the Texas barbecue with Radio Company. I'm super excited about that. Radio Company has done several events at this point. Their first one was last year at Austin. They did a very similar barbecue event where you were at round tables. You got the food as you came in, ate the food. Then after we ate the food, Radio Company comes out, answers questions, talks a little, performs a couple of songs. It's very great. No photo, no recording, which is actually a good way to really be in the moment. They've done in Oklahoma City, they did a panel. That one was without food. It was very small. I would say probably no more than 35, 40 people. We walked in right at the last minute and got great seats. It was fantastic. They sang some songs, answered some questions. It was very intimate. They also did that panel in Novi. I was not at that one, sadly. But from my understanding, again, they answered questions. They sang 4 of their original songs. And then, to my great dismay, because I was not there, Jensen sang Wondering Why, which is my bucket list song for him to sing. So the Radio Company events and Steve Carlson are becoming a little bit more common at Creation. So those are great events, completely worth all of the money. Like it's less than what you'd pay for a Jensen meet and greet. Very similar, small crowds, great interaction, wonderful, just wonderful. Also at Austin, this one is going to be an exclusive Austin, the Public Domain world premiere. Public Domain was produced by Matt Cohen and Sean Flanagan, and the series features voice performance from Matt Cohen, Rob Benedict, Richard Speight Jr., Brianna Buckmaster, Ruth Connell, Jake Abel, Jim Beaver, Adam Fergus, Chad Lindbergh, and Gil McKinney, as well as original music from Loudon Swain. They've done a lot of previews at previous cons. This is going to be the viewing of the actual world premiere screening. That is going to happen on Friday before karaoke. That's a $50 admission. Again, this is exclusive to Austin currently. I don't know if going forward that would be available, but if so, it's a great opportunity. $50 is a great price to see a new original production from Matt Cohen that includes so many of the supernatural actors. Now, one thing I have to make sure I mention whenever I do special events is the Roadhouse Room. The Roadhouse Room was not originally in Creations, at Creations Cons. They have added it, well, at this point, it's been well over a year since they added it. So it's been around for a while now. It's been a great, amazing addition. It's an opportunity to get away from the chaos of the con. If you need some moments to breathe, they have crafts, they have photo screens. It's amazing. You can get individual day admission. You can get complete weekend admission. They do paint parties that are absolutely amazing. There's a new Bob Ross painting party because he is now Bob Ross certified, which I'm absolutely fascinated by. I want to do so bad. I have to figure out how to fit it into my con. But they do great paintings. They have painting parties. The painting parties, let's see if it's got it listed on here. I think it's probably a little further down. But they do painting parties on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They typically do a painting party with DJ and a painting party with Samantha. And then they do the Bob Ross party. They have different themes that they do for each one. I've seen some of the paintings. They're absolutely amazing. Exclusive to Austin is actually, oh wait, that was canceled. So let me not mention that one. So back to the Roadhouse Room. It just talks about, oh, and I have noticed they were talking about on Facebook the other day, new for this con in Austin, they started doing this in Star Trek, they're going to have airbrush tattoos in the Roadhouse Room, which is super exciting. Austin is where I actually got my one and only tattoo last year, which is supernatural themed, but I love the idea of the airbrush tattoos. For the painting parties, Thursday night is Bad Moon Rising with DJ Qualls. Friday night is going to be On the Hunt. Saturday night is a Bob Ross oil painting. That's the one that I really want to do because I love Bob Ross. That one's theme is There'll Be Peace. Sunday morning with Samantha Smith is Supernatural Starry Night. They vary in price depending on which one you pick, but those are all great events. Let's see. There's the costume contest. If you choose to cosplay, there is a costume contest. So that's something to keep in mind. They have the cosplay contest is on Saturday. I do know that they have a separate section for Castiel cosplay, so you'll be in a different group for Castiel cosplays. But they do pretty much I've seen Charlie's, Rowena's, Lucifer's. I've seen pretty much everybody. Crowley's, Dean, Sam's, of course. But so you see a lot of the cosplay. They do the cosplay contest, and Creation gives the winner like a gift certificate for some merchandise. I don't remember exactly what they win. Let's see. The vendors area. Let's talk about the vendors room. Make sure you save some of your pennies for the vendors room because you're really going to want to because it's going to suck you in. There's some great experiences, some great places. Some of the ones that I will recommend, as I am currently looking at about 8 different pillows, is going to be Andrea's booth with the Supernatural Emotional Support pillows. They are fantastic. She has Sam Dean, various versions of Sam Dean. I've got, for example, like right now, I'm looking at my Quarantine Dean that has a sloth on him. I'm looking at my Always Keep Fighting Jared. I am looking at just my classic Sam and Dean. I also have the mini Sam and Deans. I feel like I have another one that I'm missing. They are fantastic. My sweet little PJ loves all the Sams. She always lays her head on Sam's. Some of the other booths that you will want to visit. The Shit That Anna Makes. And amazing quality items. Both her booth and Jen's booth. Jen has amazing stickers. My suitcase is so fantastically decorated because of the stickers. And I'm so excited because she's going to have fresh stickers in Austin. So I am going to make my suitcase even prettier. And hopefully she will have matchbooks for me at Austin as well. Jen also runs the radio company and the family business beer company booth that they have. Those are both great booths that you're going to want to go to. You're going to want to get all the merch from them. Also in the vendors area, I'm going to recommend Not Topic. Fantastic t-shirts, fantastic blankets, and just some of the sweetest people. You're also going to find in the vendors room what they call Music Row, which is great. You can go down and, for example, Steve Carlson is going to be in Austin, so he will be there. He was in Oklahoma City at his table. It was amazing to get the opportunity to just talk to him. It was very relaxed. Jason Mans was down there. That's when he told me that he was singing New Kids on the Block song. Billy from Swain was down there. That's when he solidified in my mind that he is one of the greatest people ever because he knew Joe McIntyre's last name. And Joe McIntyre from New Kids on the Block is not always somebody that people know. So he won super brownie points. Also down there you can find Brianna, Rich, Rob, all of Swain. They have actually started doing selfies down there as well. Matt Cohen is usually in there. In the vendor's room, you will find DJ, Ruth, Jake is usually in the vendor's room. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, Mark Shepard. Mark Shepard is typically in the vendor's room. Felicia Day, if she is at a con, she is usually in the vendor's room. It's always a great experience in the vendor's room to meet them because you get to... Oh, Samantha Smith. I can't believe I forgot Samantha Smith. It's always a great opportunity to meet them in the vendor's room because you get to have a little bit more conversation with them. You get their autos if that's what you've purchased. Oh, Elena is usually in the vendor's room. You can do selfies, which I find... I will always recommend doing selfies with DJ Qualls. That man is going to find the best light in the entire room, and he is going to take the best selfies, and he is actually just really too precious. Matt Cohen has started doing selfies with Baby as well, which I find very fascinating and interesting and fantastic. And he's very exuberant and takes many pictures, which is fantastic for people. Now, the meet and greets, the meet and greets are very exclusive. They have the auctions for them. For Austin, those auctions are ending on Monday. You bid. I did post on the Facebook page the tips for bidding on the meet and greets. That is something that you're going to want to read, and read again. They all start with a minimum bid, and once people start to bid on them, and Austin is a pretty popular con. You will find that prices vary depending on con. For example, Oklahoma City wasn't the most popular pet place, so the prices for the meet and greets stayed lower. But in a place like Austin, Vancouver, Boston, some of the higher profile, bigger ones, Vegas, those typically go for higher. Sometimes I'll choose a con just because I think it's going to be a lower, slower con, and I'll have a better chance of getting a lower price. Nashville is always going to have high con prices. Charlotte usually has good meet and greet prices. Really depends on the venue. And that's one thing that you have to take into account. You can look at the past bids and the past meet and greets. For Austin last year, both Jensen and Jared's meet and greets went for $1,000 each. I am unsure at this point if I will be bidding in the meet and greets. It depends on how they look at the end. Austin is not quite as popular this year as it was last year. I think since we don't have a radio company concert, we don't have quite as many people traveling in. But it's still a pretty popular con. So they'll still probably go fairly high compared to some others. You can get the concierge service if you feel like you need somebody. If you're doing a lot of things, you can get concierge. That way they help you balance out what you're doing, where you're doing it. There is also the photography Q&A with Chris Schmelke. This is definitely on my wish list and a big maybe for Austin. I love Chris. What he does is he essentially talks about taking pictures, shows you how he does it, takes pictures of you during it. You get 8x10s that he took of you. He lets you take 8x10s that he's taken of some of the celebrities. He's just a good, genuine, wonderful human being. Like I said, this is definitely on my wish list. I'm hoping I can make it work for Austin. It's just so hard for me to do a lot of the special events because I don't like to do too many things and get too overwhelmed. But yeah, the photography with Chris is definitely on my wish list. Really maybe do it for Austin. There's also the jewelry making with Jody. She makes one-of-a-kind jewelry that you can wear and show off to everyone. And it's limited to 30 people. And you actually make a piece of wearable jewelry during the class. And she gives you a discount at her booth because she's in the vendors area all week. And it looks like they're doing a special event with Jody and Elena Huffman making the 2025 exclusive Abaddon-inspired necklace. That's actually really awesome. That's a really cool thing to do. Huh. And I've not heard about that. And again, I'm assuming that at this point that one's exclusive to Austin. I've never heard of it before, so we'll see. Man's Cave with Jason Mans. Jason Mans does a Man's Cave on both Friday and Saturday. It's a smaller, more intimate setting, and he'll perform a few songs. I bet if I did a Man's Cave, I could talk him into New Kids on the Block. Again, that one's on my wish list. He's a sweetheart. He's precious. That he does it on Friday and Saturday night. There's also Makeup 101 with Victoria. Victoria is an amazing makeup artist. You've probably seen a lot of her work. She's amazing with makeup, and she also does hair. She's fantastic. And in her Makeup 101 class, she teaches you the difference between eyeshadow application for different eye shapes, contour for different face shapes, and you'll get a full list of her must-have products. She chooses 2 volunteers, and they have their faces done. So, I mean, it's on a Saturday morning, so it would be a really neat thing to do. And in that way, they do your makeup, and so your makeup's done for Saturday if you have any photo ops. So that's always been something that I've wanted to do. That one takes place on Saturday morning. Let's see. I want to make sure. I don't think I've left anything out. Oh, I do know something I left out. There is a Good Idea with Misha Collins. It seemed like a good idea at the time. He does that on Saturday night. You do not have to have a convention pass to attend this, and it doesn't overlap with SNS. It is an 18 and up event, and there's no photography or video in this. This is very much kind of a comedy, stand-up, tell-all event. I have friends that have been to this multiple times. He alters it slightly. Some things he cuts out, some things he adds in. It is pretty much at this point the same show, but it is a little bit different each time. They do, like I said, they limit it. There's no filming. It is a very popular event. I've heard great things about it. He's actually done it. He did it at Jib. He has done it at some of the other European cons. I know it's really been a good thing. Pretty sure he helped develop it with Adam from CE. I can't swear to that. But it is a great event that he does. And like I said, you don't have to have a convention pass to attend that either. Just you buy the ticket to the event. They have different tiers for that. So essentially that's me trying to make sure that I mentioned every event. If I left one off, I'm sorry. I was directly on the creation website. If you have any questions about any of these events, let me know. Email me. If I don't know the answer, I will find out. You can message us on the Anxious, Broke, and Loving It podcast page. You can message me personally on Facebook, Robin Phillips Silva, or you can email us, anxiousbrokelovingit@gmail.com. Email us questions, tips. Tell me about one of the events that you went to and how great it was, or what you didn't like about it. Something that we can share with everybody. Again, there's a lot of events. You don't have to do all of them. You can do 1, 2, none, but it's good to know that they're all out there and people are aware of them. For some people, the little events are what makes the cons for them. So I wanted to make sure that we went over those, that everybody was aware of them. Again, I'm just happy to be doing this podcast, talking to you guys. Please, anything that you need to know, let me know. But most importantly, if this podcast has helped you, has given you any information, has made you feel a little bit more comfortable about going to a con, please share it with a friend. Share it with your timeline. Send it out. Share our podcast page. We're slowly finding our audience, but there's so many people that are like, oh, I didn't know you did a podcast. I'm trying to throw it out there. Again, we're anxious, we're broke, we're loving it. Austin is next week. I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm vibrating. All of you are going to be with me in Austin in spirit. Some of you are going to be in Austin with me in person, and we're going to have such a great time. I'm going to make sure that I keep you guys updated. We're going to have content. I've got a second row aisle seat, guys. The pictures and videos are going to be amazing and you're going to love it. And I can't wait for it. But until then, keep your wristband on. I'll see you on the com floor. And this is Anxious, Broke, and Loving It. Thanks, guys.